understanding the concept of emotional intelligence, let's have a look on the agenda. So, firstly, through this lecture or through this, discussions, I will be discussing about the concept of emotional intelligence and what exactly emotional intelligence is. And the next thing we are going to learn through this lecture, that what are the basic skills that are required to become an emotional intelligent human. And the next thing is, how does this the knowledge of emotional intelligence, or you can say that EQ, this is mentioning in here that this is EQ. So EQ stands for emotional quotient, and it is basically synonym of emotional intelligence. Sometimes we refer it as emotional quotient, and sometimes we call it as emotional intelligence abilities. So in this through this lecture we will learn how does this abilities of emotional intelligence make a difference in someone's life, and then after conclusion, that all about the emotional intelligence and what we learn through this lecture. So let's start with the first thing, the concept of emotional intelligence. So before understanding the term or before knowing the evolution of this term, just understand the one thing, that emotional intelligence, basically it's a intelligence level or the abilities to manage and balance your emotions intelligently. So this concept basically start evolving in 1930s. First time this concept of social intelligence came to existence, that there is something beyond the IQ level, and there is something different which is known as social intelligence. And then after 1930, 1940, some authors also worked on this concept, and they also agree that there is something that is known as non-cognitive abilities. We as a human have two kind of abilities. First one is cognitive ability, and the next second one is non cognitive abilities. So in 1940, David, which is who is a very famous psychologist, he said that there is something important which is known as non cognitive abilities. Then in 1950s, a very famous psychologist or human author, he said, which is Abraham Maslow, and he suggests that people can build these emotional strengths, these emotional abilities. Before this, in 1930s and 1940s, it is assumed or it is said that we cannot learn these abilities, or this is an inbuilt kind of abilities, that we have inherit these emotional abilities through our birth. So in 1950, Abraham Maslow clarifies these things, that these are not inbuilt capabilities. We can learn emotional abilities, or we can train the people to become emotional intelligent. Then in 1975, there is an author Gardner who also worked on this concept, and he came with a new agenda or the new term, which is multiple intelligence, that a human or that a person has multiple kind of intelligence, and among this emotional intelligence is one of the multiple intelligence. Then in 1987, so many authors again worked on this concept and trying to define the term emotional intelligence, and trying to understand the basic, the basic methodologies and basic scenario behind the concept of emotional intelligence. Finally, the term emotional intelligence comes under existence after the research and after the work of famous two psychologists, that is Peter Salovey and John Mayer. These both are the main, we can say that the main father of emotional intelligence, who discovered this concept and who researched a lot on this concept and made a final operational definition of this emotional intelligence. They finally wrote so many books on the emotional intelligence and define all the functions, all the abilities, and all the skills that are required to become emotional intelligent. Then in 1995, a very famous and who popularized this concept among education industry, you can say that education research industry, is Daniel Goleman. He wrote a book on emotional intelligence, the title Emotional Intelligence, Why It Can Matter More Than IQ. This book famous a lot among the researchers and authors, and popularized this concept of emotional intelligence. So this is basically about the concept of emotional intelligence, how this concept, evolution of this concept, and the main father of emotional intelligence, we can say that the Peter Salovey and John Mayer. Now, next, before understanding the concept of emotional intelligence, uh, this is very much clear from the term that is emotional intelligence, that it is combination of two words. One word is emotion and the second word is intelligence. So whenever we are starting to understand this concept, we have to learn about the concept of emotion, what actually emotion is. After understanding the concept of the emotions and the feelings, we are able to learn about to managing these emotions and to balancing and controlling these emotions. So let's understand the term emotions. uh, there is a famous philosopher, William James, who defined the emotions as the bodily changes followed directly the perception of the exciting fact, and that our feeling of the same changes as they occur is emotion. So this is, I know this is a very typical definitions for all of you, because emotional intelligence and the concept of emotion is very much related to psychology and very much related to interpersonal skills. So sometimes it sounds very different, or something which we know, which we don't know. Generally the type of things, that perceptual, existing, exciting facts, the phenomena, the stimulations, all the working of mind and the working of brain. So just to understand these emotions in very simple terms, let's understand this term, we all know that we as a human always are emotional. Sometimes we face some situations and something in our life when we got emotional, so we cannot separate emotions from humans, because without the emotions and the feelings, we are not humans, we are just robots. So this is the important part, that become that because of these emotions we are known as human. Otherwise, without the emotion and feelings, we are just like robots. So just to understand this definition, just separate this definition in two parts. One part is simply says that the changes that directly perception of exciting facts. Now this thing is, when something occur around to you, something happens around to you, suddenly it excites you. You can say that something not exactly excites you, but something make you anger, something make you happy, something makes you frustrated, or something makes you saddened. All such situation around to you makes you all such kind of things, like you feel happy, you feel sad, you feel anger, you get frustrated. So all these things are just a matter of emotions. And then after happening of all these events, you got something, you excite some facts, and that facts finally changing your bodily responses, that emotions, that facts changes your feelings. These feelings are more intense than your emotions. So emotion is just a part, just the initiating fact. When something is happening to you, something occurs around to you, you just have a simple struggle, sticking with some kind of emotions, then your feelings changes with your bodily responses. So all the emotions and the feelings impact your behavior, and as well as behavior, it impact your physical features. So that's why it is very important to understand the emotions and to manage these emotions, because it exactly or directly impact your behavior as well as your physical personality. So I hope you all understand the concept of emotions. This picture just displayed all some kinds of emotion: happy emotion, sad emotion, just being anxiety, frustrated, and just being tired. These are all the emotions which we normally face and which we normally display through our faces and our physical features. Now, the emotional intelligence. This is the basically definition of emotional intelligence, which is given by Peter Salovey and John Mayer. The definition says that emotional intelligence is the capacity to reason about emotions and of emotions to enhance thinking. Just understand this one thing, that what is emotional intelligence? Basically, emotional intelligence is a capacity to reason about emotion, that why I'm having such kind of emotions and what is the reason behind that emotion. So this is the first instance of emotional intelligence, that you have to be aware about your emotions and what is the reason behind that emotions. Then next, it includes the ability to accurately perceive emotion, to access and generate emotions as to assist thoughts. Then the next part of definition is talking about using your emotion to facilitate your thoughts. Okay, so this means that how you will use your emotions and your feelings to assist your thinking process, assist your decision making process, and this will guide to improve your behavior, and this will guide to some type of in having an influence on other people. Then the next part of the definition is saying that to understand emotions and emotional knowledge, and to reflectively regulate emotions so as to promote emotional and intellectual growth. The next part of definition is talking about the regulation of emotions, how you regulate your emotions, how you perceive the emotion. Then after understanding your emotions, after understanding your emotional state, how you use these knowledge and these ability to regulate your emotion, to manage your social skills, to manage your social relationships. So this is basically the definition of emotional intelligence. And in very practical sense, you can say that the emotional intelligence is basically how you perceive the emotions and how you understand your emotions as well as others emotions, and by using this knowledge and by using this information, how you are going to take decisions and make choices in your life. So this is the practical scenario of emotional intelligence, to understand the emotions of others as well as your own, and then using that emotional information to guide your thinking and facilitate your thoughts. So this diagram is basically telling you the basic components of emotional intelligence, you can say that, or the basic elements, basic skills that are required to become emotional intelligence. So we can say that the set of emotional and social skills that collectively establish that how will we perceive and express ourselves. This is the first major element of emotional intelligence, that how we perceive others emotions and then express yourself. Next one is developing and maintaining your social relationships. Okay, next is using emotion to make proper choices and decisions. Let's understand these components with help of an example. Suppose you are watching a movie, or you are talking to someone or talking to your friends, and your friends is sharing their pathetic stories with you, or they are sharing some saddening story with you, and you got sad because of their story. So this is basically what happening, that something occurs around you, someone is telling you about his pathetic story, but due to his pathetic stories and due to his saddened story, you also feel sad, or you also feel anxious, or you feel very depressive, or pity on your friend that he faced a very bad time in his or her life. So what happens here, that after happening something around to you, your feelings and emotion got changed, which ultimately change your physical as well as your organizational behavior, your mental abilities, your emotional state. So this is the thing, that how you perceive your friend's emotion, and after perceiving your friend's emotion, how you make a proper choice and decision. Yes, that is something is right or something is wrong. How you going to choose that this is okay? If I got sad because of his pathetic story, then this is right, okay? And if you perceive and make a choice that it is not okay to being sad for someone else, then it is your choice. So after perceiving and understanding your emotions, you will be able to make choices and taking correct decisions. Next one is coping with challenges. The next part is coping with challenges. This is very important part of emotional intelligence, that it helps us to cope with so many changes. We all know that the very recent scenario, that is your COVID scenario, in which people got isolated, people feel very alone, and they got isolated because of these situations. You are not allowed to go anywhere where you want to go, but all these situations made you feel loneliness and made you feel depressive sometimes. So all these are some kind of challenges that you face in your daily lives. To meet or to cope with challenges, you have to be the knowledge, or to have to be emotionally intelligent, that how to use your emotions to make your mind working well, and how to cope with challenges. So this is basically the major components of emotional intelligence, or you can say that this is the gist of emotional intelligence. So many people have worked on emotional intelligence and made so many models, made so many theories on emotional intelligence, but all the theories and all the models of emotional intelligence talked about all such capabilities, that it helps to deal with your challenges, it helps to make proper choices and decisions, it helps to maintain your social relationships, it helps to understand yourself as well as others. So basically emotional intelligence is a predictor of success in life and work. This is one another definition of emotional intelligence, which is given by Daniel Goleman. He basically stressed on your social and personal competences and said that emotional intelligence is a capacity for recognizing your own feelings and those of others, for motivating ourselves, and for managing emotions well in ourselves and in our relationships. Basically this the whole definition is trying to say that the emotional intelligence is the capability to recognize your as well as others emotions and motivate yourself, and then using that emotions to manage your social relationships. So this is the basically definition which is given by Daniel Goleman. Sometimes we heard that we should think through our brain. Yeah, we should not follow our heart instinctives, we should follow your brain. Yeah, we should not go with the just emotions and feelings. But this is not about just the triumph of heart over head. This is just an intersection between heart and head. We can say that this is not the kind of competition between heart and head, that we should follow the heart either or we should follow our brain. This is a combination of following your heart and brain, because this is the combination of two terms, that is emotion and intelligence. Intelligence means to use your logical and reasoning abilities, and emotions mean when you are able to understand your feelings. You are, very much aware of how to respond to other people's, how to behave in the working environment. So this is basically a intersection where brain, your heart and brain work together to get success in your life. So this picture just, showing this thing that we should, work together like heart and brain. So that is basically your emotional intelligence. Now the role of emotional intelligence, why this emotional intelligence, so important, and why we are currently talking about that we should learn to be emotional intelligent, or we should be aware of our emotions, we should be aware of our feelings, we should know how to respond in stressful situation, how to handle such depressive kind of situations. So because all these such things are necessary in current scenario, because the working environment and the business environment is very complex and dynamic. We all know that the things get changing very frequently and continuously, so we cannot say that this skill is sufficient for the next 5 to 10 years. So it is very important to manage your emotional intelligence and work together, so to achieve success in your life. So emotional intelligence basically helps to deal with some stressful situations, how to deal how to cope with stress, and how to cope with your depressive environment, and how to deal with your anxieties, your fear. For example, sometimes students face such kind of issues that, ma'am, I cannot talk proper on stage, I have some kind of stage fear. So this is a emotion. Fear is an example of emotion, and to remove that fear, of stage fear, you need to be emotionally intelligent. Then the function of emotional intelligence comes to enroll that how you deal with the stage fear is all about managing your emotions, because fear is a part of emotion, and how to deal with this emotion is all about emotional intelligence. So that's why it is very important. Now, when would you need to manage your emotional intelligence? There are, so many situations in your personal and in your professional life when you need to have the knowledge of emotional intelligence. The first one is giving and receiving feedbacks, giving feedbacks to other people, and having the or getting feedback from other people's is very, this is a situation when sometimes we got angry and we got, anxieties, we anxious that how could you say this about me, or somebody is not working properly, or you are not a good student, you are not a good employee. So it is, very easy to say such things, but it becomes very difficult to grasp some kind of feedback. At that stage, at such kind of situations, you need the abilities of emotional intelligence, because when somebody is saying that you are not a good employee, you are not a good student, you are very indisciplined in your you are creating indiscipline in the class. Sometimes, we teachers used to say that you are not a good student, you are not working properly. So these kind of situations are the situations when we need to manage our emotions, that emotions of anger, emotions of anxiety, emotions of fear, or some time of, a rage kind of emotion. So to deal with such situations, we need emotional intelligence abilities. Next is meeting deadlines. In our professional lives, there are so many tasks to do, and every work has deadlines. We have to finish this task now, we have to finish this task by today, end of the day, by today morning, by tomorrow morning. So many deadlines makes you very you can say that very frustrated that, oh, this thing is pending, something is pending, oh, I have to do this, I have to do this. So these situations, or to meet such kind of deadlines, you again need the abilities to manage your emotions. Next is dealing with challenging relationships. So take an example that there is a child who is not very understanding, and who is throwing some kind of tantrums and all these things. So to deal with such a unruly child, you need to be very emotionally intelligent. Then next is dealing with setbacks and failures. Again, the emotional intelligence is needed or is required when you meet some kind of failures in your life, and you have some kind of setbacks in your life. So these are the situations, these are the some situations. Basically, we need emotional intelligence abilities all the time, but these are the specific situations when we have the emotional intelligence abilities. We cannot ignore the emotional side of human and the emotional intelligence part of human beings. So why EI is so important? I have already told you that Daniel Goleman wrote a very famous book on emotional intelligence, and the crux of that book is that IQ measures only 20% of success in life. Rest 80% of success depends on our emotional abilities. Look, this is very big announcement or big statement, which is the conclusion of Daniel Goleman big book, and he claimed that only 20% of intelligence, 20% of intelligence, 20% of your success depends upon your IQ level. Rest 80% of your success depends on your emotional abilities, and how you are dealing with social relationships, and how you are dealing with your colleagues and your social groups. So this is basically Daniel Goleman trying to say that how and why this emotional intelligence is very important. Emotional intelligence helps, or helps you to getting some kind of happiness and feeling of satisfaction in your life. IQ is just a ability which which helps you to get a job, but in that particular job or in your life, it is just emotional, and just only the emotional intelligence that provide you the happiness and the satisfaction in your life. So we can say that IQ is just helping you in getting jobs, but to be successful in that job and be successful in your life, it is just emotional intelligence. This is again some kind points related to emotional intelligence, that it helps us to navigate the social complexities of workplace, lead and motivate others and excel in your career. In fact, many companies in today's scenario, before recruiting a new employee, before selecting a new employee, they take a EQ test. This is basically known as emotional quotient test, when they are trying to judge or trying to assess your emotional abilities. So before hiring the very big MNCs like Infosys, HCL, all such companies are doing these things. They are taking the EQ test before recruiting and selecting the new employees, because everybody is doing so many tasks and getting stressed through their jobs and their lives. So it is very important to manage your emotions, so that you can work properly and you perform well in your organizations. Now what happened if you are not able to aware, or you are not able to understand your emotions? This ununderstanding or aware, if you are not aware of your emotions, this will lead to stress and depression kind of mental disorders, and it exactly impact your mental health, as well as making you very vulnerable and a very frustrated kind of human being. So if again, and if you are not able to manage your emotions, then you will also be open to some kind of mood swings problems. That's sometimes you feel happy, suddenly you start crying, and suddenly you got angry. So these are the situation arises due to the lack of emotional intelligence abilities. Next one is an inability to form strong relationships. If you are not able to understand others' feelings as well as your emotions, you cannot make such kind of bonding with the other people, or the social relationships got weakened due to lack of these kind of abilities. So it is very important in in today's scenario to manage your social relationship. The emotional intelligence abilities are basic requirement. Okay, now the next is models of emotional intelligence. We have so many models of emotional intelligence, so many authors worked on emotional intelligence, but as I told you earlier that Peter Salovey and the Goleman both are the major contributor to this concept. So we will learn the models given by these two authors. The first one is given by emotional intelligence ability model, which have the four basic components or four basic dimensions of emotional intelligence. That first one is perceiving emotion. Perceiving emotion means having the understanding of emotions of yours as well as emotions of others. So the question is now that how to understand the emotions of others and emotions of yourself. This is there is a one basic formula or one basic method or methodology to understand the emotion is you can understand the emotion through your non-verbal communications or your body language. If it is very important to understand, but it is very difficult to understand the emotions of others because it needs the knowledge of some kind of psychological things or some kind of psychological processes which is running behind the picture. And we can say that before understanding the emotion, you should have the knowledge of some kind of non-verbal and verbal communications. You should have the knowledge of body language. What does it mean if somebody is not happy, then how the sad face is appearing, and if somebody is not happy with the working environment, how he or she is responding. So all such kind of body languages told you the basic emotions. Then the emotional assimilation to understand that emotions and to facilitate your thinking. Then the next or the last one is after having all the knowledge of all the emotional awareness, you will be able to manage your emotions. So basically this is the model of emotional intelligence which is given by Meyer Salovey and Peter John. Then next one model is Goleman's competency model. It is very important and popular model. Goleman basically divide the emotional intelligence model in two phases. First one is personal competency and the second one is social competency. Personal competency consists of awareness of your own emotions, then how to motivate yourself, then social awareness, and the social competency leads to the or consisting that empathy. How you empathize with the people, how you empathize with your group members, how you empathize when you are talking to your boss, when you are talking to your colleagues. So basically this is the model, Goleman's competency model, which have these components. Now we are talking about a lot EQ versus IQ. In earlier phases, authors used to say that no, emotions are not very important, and we cannot say that emotion intelligent is something which is going to be a very important part of life in future. So but it is not always true. IQ is basically a score that is derived from so many standardized tests which is designed to assess an individual's intelligence. But EQ is basically ability to perceive, control, and evaluate and how to express your emotion. So both the terms are very different, but the emotional intelligence is combination of IQ and EQ, which means that how you intelligently and logically use your emotion to guide your thinking and your decision making process. There is another thing which is very interesting phrase about the emotional intelligence, that what really matters for success, character, happiness and lifelong achievement is a definite set of emotional skills, that is your EQ, not just purely cognitive abilities that are measured by a conventional IQ test. I told you in earlier phase that IQ just make you or just helps you to take a job, but it's just the EQ which provide you the happiness and satisfaction in your life. So this is all about the EQ and IQ. Now the basic essential elements of emotional intelligence. First one is recognizing, understanding and managing the emotions of oneself as well as others. Next one is expressing our thoughts. After having the understanding of your and others' emotions, you are able to express your feelings and as well as your thoughts. Developing and maintaining social relationships. As we have discussed a lot in the models or in the concept of emotional intelligence, that how emotional intelligence helps you to maintain or having very good social relationships, then coping with the challenges.